Welcome to our channel Bio by Gulab Sir for Wisdom Coaching Center. As a part of series of lectures, today's topic is parturition and role of mammary gland as to feed a newly born baby with first milk and lactation during lactation period for 6 months. Parturition is a process of delivering of baby. After the complete development of baby, after that gestation period for 9 months, that baby, delivering of baby is called parturition. Now to understand this, we have this diagram with us that we already studied the developmental stages of embryo for 9 months, even though to have the introductory, when this fetus get completely developed, this is amniotic fluid, to have some clear cut idea about this structure, amnion, and this is amniotic fluid that protect developing fetus from mechanical injury and thermal shock. This amnion is the innermost layer which formed during that embryogenesis, as this topoplasm from the chorion, and it is, I think so, written here, this is a chorion, amnion, and this is what yolk sac is formed, is nothing but allantois. This allantois is formed by that outermost layer of that inner cell mass during the development of this placenta, and therefore this development is also known as amniochorionic placenta, placental development, as well as homochorionic placental development, since that maternal blood vessels are is very contact with the fetal chorion. Therefore, it also called as hemochorionic placental development as well as allantochorionic placental development. These two words, please remember: hemochorionic, and allantochorionic placental development. So these two words can be used for the development of embryo in human being. Why? Because this allantois is developed from very close placental tissue and it remain in contact with that chorion, as well as these blood vessels of the mother are very close to the chorion. Therefore, hemochorionic placental development. This fetus, when developed, fully developed, parturition is delivery of baby, process of delivery of baby, a process of delivering of baby. How it begins? When fully developed placenta, fully developed fetus, that originate the fetal ejection reflex. It is a neuroendocrine reflex. It is a complex process of neuroendocrine system, that placenta originate the mild contraction of endometrial wall. Also, that fetus, that initial signal from the fetus is originated inside the ovary through that placenta induces mild contraction of endometrial wall, as well as fetus originate a signal for the contraction of endometrial wall. Is called fetal ejection reflex, which in turn stimulate mother pituitary gland gland to secrete oxytocin. Now this oxytocin act on endometrial wall to have the further contraction. Oxytocin act on endometrial wall. Now further contraction of endometrial wall and secretion of oxytocin increases multifold. That is what? Contraction of endometrial wall and secretion of oxytocin become a reflex to have the more vigorous contraction of endometrial wall to expel the baby, and thereby the parturition occur. So further vigorous contraction result in the expulsion of baby called parturition. So here this vigorous contraction that enable to expel the baby is parturition. So finally through birth canal baby take the birth. So this is the process exactly that fetal ejection reflex first originated by fetus. That mild movement of fetus begins the signals as well as placenta that cause mild contraction in the endometrial wall, initiate release of oxytocin from pituitary for the further contraction, and now rapid contraction and secretion of oxytocin is increased multifold to have the more vigorous contraction of the endometrial wall to expel the baby, and finally the baby take the birth. That is called parturition. By the time that placenta which remain attached with the baby, which is later cut down and that has been gnawed at the belly, where we see the sign of that belly is nothing but the nod of the placenta finally get dehydrated and degenerate. When baby take the birth, by simultaneously one more change has happened, that is what? Development of mammary gland, as during pregnancy itself HCG, human placental lactogen, progestogen, estrogen secreted by placenta during pregnancy. Therefore, as well as ovary, that is follicular secrete relaxin. These hormones supposed to be remember that HCG, HPL and relaxin secrete during only pregnancy, therefore called as pregnancy hormone. At the same time that they secrete to begin, secretion of prolactin also begin. So multifold increase in the secretion of this hormone, like these are the pregnancy hormone because they secrete only during pregnancy, but multifold secretion of prolactin, oxytocin, thyroxine, progestogen, etc. also occur during. So secretion of this prolactin is to be highlighted here, that causes the development of mammary gland, as well as it is also known as milk production hormone, because it initiates the production of milk into the breast, as here it is shown that mammary lobes, in each breast there are 15 to 20 mammary lobes are present. That is the question of NEET. Now these mammary lobes are made up of mammary alveoli, and these alveoli that they secrete, alveoli are present in, alveolar cells are present in mammary lobe, and the cells of the alveoli that they secrete, here it is not shown, but these are alveolar cell. This alveolar cell, they produce the milk, and that is being transferred through mammary duct to ampulla, where that milk remains stored, which passes through lactiferous duct and nipple. So journey of that milk production and pathway is mammary lobes with mammary alveoli, which begins to produce the milk with the action of this prolactin hormone. This with the action of this prolactin hormone. And once that milk production begins, that initial milk is known as colostrum. So initial milk which produced in the initial period, it's called colostrum. This is very nutritious, and child newly born baby should be fed with this colostrum, as it consists of all the nutritional components including antibodies IgA. They are the highest number of antibodies which transfer through colostrum to the baby for the immunity, along with all the nutrients. Therefore, fetus must be fed with the initial milk called colostrum, which is produced in the initial days by this alveolar gland or alveolar sac or alveolar cell. So once again, the structure of breast is provided with this mammary lobes. About 15 to 20 mammary lobes are present in each breast, having alveolar cells. That alveolar cells produce the milk under the influence and action of prolactin, which pass through alveolar mammary duct into the ampulla, where it remains stored, which passes through latissiferous duct and nipple. So oxytocin is another hormone. As it is also called birth hormone, is also called as milk ejection hormone. This causes the opening of the nipple. So oxytocin help to eject the milk in the initial part of that breastfeeding of the baby. Therefore, oxytocin is known as milk ejection hormone. As we learn that how parturition occur, in that it has the role of this oxytocin, as oxytocin help in contraction of vigorous contraction of this endometrial wall. Therefore, here it is very clear to you that without secretion of oxytocin, there is more secretion of oxytocin cause the contraction of endometrial wall to expel the baby. Therefore, oxytocin is not only called as birth hormone but also called as milk ejection hormone. So here to remember, it is known as milk ejection as well as birth hormone. So please remember this as a point for NEET. So I hope you did understand that how that parturition is occur as well as milk production begins by the time when baby take the birth. I hope you did understand. Even if you are in doubt, that you can ask in comment section. I appeal you to like our channel as well as subscribe it and press bell icon to receive new videos as and when they are uploaded. Thank you.